would be careful and say that as we understand them, autism and schizophrenia are not the same things. Schizophrenia, you basically get struck down with a psychotic decompensation in your teens. This is a classic way, and you have downward drift, and 1/3 can be managed and do well, 1/3 kind of float in and out of the mental health system, and 1/3 are just, they end up with terrible outcomes. Autism has historically been thought of as a developmental disorder for children. But the interesting thing is, at the core, there are some commonalities of various abnormal tests which can be found on appropriate testing. And one of those tests is the HP-HPA test, which is well reported in the literature. Another one is the 4-cresol or paracresol test. And these relate to two different types of bacteria. One is Clostridium difficile, another is a specific subtype of Clostridium. And both of them shunt an enzyme which is responsible for converting dopamine to norepinephrine. And so the interesting thing is you get comparably more dopamine, a lot of dopamine, because it's not converting to norepinephrine, minimum norepinephrine. And so you get pretty close to what was hypothesized years ago as the so-called dopamine hypothesis of schizophrenia, which is it's too much dopamine that is making people psychotic. And so the way that you deal with these labs and abnormalities is you treat the offending agent. And there are some very specific antibiotics that can be used to eliminate those. And I'm not going to say that it will cure or treat autism, or it will not cure or treat schizophrenia, but it will certainly stabilize the underlying biological platform and help the person do better than they ordinarily could. And I've seen it work in my practice using those tests.